people really understand how hard it is for me to actually confront myself and deal with things that I go through. Because, when you're dealing with everyone else, by the end of that day of dealing with everyone else, I don't have the energy to even deal with me. So what I've noticed about myself is I find it more easier to deal with other people than deal with my own issues. So it's like I put myself on a back burner when it comes down to my healing process. Granted, I have healed a lot because, a lot of things that has caused me trauma, those people who play parts in that have came forward and apologized to me. We have had conversations. So in a lot of areas in my life, I've healed, but it's a lot that I haven't even spoken about, and I don't know where to start. And that's a part of me that I don't think no one really understands. Like, my love for people is so genuine and it's so broad. Like, I can't explain it enough. I love people so much. I don't even have to really, really know you like that. I just have a love for people. And it's kind of like, I take the love that I'm supposed to be given to me and I give it to other people. And, in hindsight and clear vision, if someone hears that, the first thing you probably say was just love yourself. It's not as easy as it sounds. Like, I love me, but it's kind of like it makes me feel loved when I'm loving other people. When I'm helping other people, I feel complete in my heart, in my soul, in my mind. I feel complete. And it's something that makes me happy, is making other people happy. And I think that's something that I need to get out of because lately it has been drowning me. For a while, I really felt like if I had nothing to offer, if I had nothing to bring to the table, that I was not valuable. Whether that was financially, whether that was my gift. And it all really started when I was in church. And the pastor would kind of like, he would be cool with the people who contributed to the service. So if you if you were singing, or if you played the drums, the piano, or if you, did anything to contribute to the service, he kind of would not mess with you. But if you was a type to just sit back and, not contribute, it's like he would pick on you throughout the sermon. So it really started when I was little, and then it overplayed itself in my adult life. So now I feel like, if I don't have anything to give at the moment, then I need to just disappear until I do have something. Or I don't need to be around people, or people don't want me around unless I have something to offer them. And that's really part of me that I've not healed at all. Something that I've never really elaborated on or never told anybody, but like, I really crave love. I literally crave to be loved and adored by other people. And I won't say so much of validation, but that's something that gives me hope. That's something that makes me happy. Just to know that I make others happy. To know that, my presence means something and my absence means something. Me not being in your presence means something. Me being around you mean everything. So it's kind of like, it's stuff from my childhood that I still struggle with. And it has overplayed itself, like I said, in my life, in my adult life, and in also other people's lives that I'm attached to. And it's kind of like, I just always need to know that I'm loved. I always need to know that you love me. I always need to know that people care about me. Because the moment that I feel like you don't, that's when it's like, oh crap, I need to get something so they can. As a child, I never really felt that I mattered. And I don't know if it's the middle child syndrome type thing, but I always felt looked over, and I always felt like my absence or my presence didn't bother or matter to anyone. And that's why I attach myself so closely to my siblings, because, I know I'm not a perfect person, and I know I've made my mistakes, and I do things, out of impulse. And sometimes, I can be quickly tempered as far as like going off on people very easily. And I pray for that. I pray that goes away sooner than later, because who wants to be that way? But I hold on to people so closely because I want to be held closely. I love people the way I do because I want to be loved the way that I love. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really do crave love. And that is the worst thing I feel like I'm battling right now. It goes into play with, the self-love thing. It's like some days I wake up and I really do love me. everything about me. I love everything about me, even the things that I battle with. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I just love everything about me, the woman that I've became. And I think about where I used to be and how I used to be, and then I compare it to now, and I'm just so proud of myself, right? And then it's like the next day I wake up and I just feel like I'm not moving at all. I'm not doing anything. I'm not making progress. I'm just at standstill. And it's honestly, it's so hard to overcome that, because talking about craving love and talking about struggling with self-love is not something that's hot. That's not something that I just want to walk around and talk about and let the world know. So it's kind of like you want to be okay, so you appear to be okay, but deep down, I'm not. The downside to battling with self-love is the fact that I allow a lot of things to happen that should not happen. I allow a lot of people to stay in my life that I should have been said bye to, and that's only because I crave love. So when you crave love, you crave people. So it's kind of like I've made myself resilient throughout the years, to where it's like, you know what, people can talk to me any kind of way, they can do whatever they want to do to me. That's not going to change me as a person. I'm going to just take it. Whatever they dish out, I'm going to take it, because as long as they're here in my life, I'm fine, I'm content, it's okay. I'll hurt, I'll cry, I'll get over it. And I've made myself resilient. I've made myself strong like that. I've created that skin to deal with however people treat me. Whatever they do is cool, because as long as their presence is still there and they still telling me they love me, I'm content. And that's something that I'm trying to get out of, because I crave love that bad. I don't think people really understand how valuable your mental is, how important it is. It plays a major part in your life. It controls everything. It establishes what kind of day you're going to have, And so it's kind of like, when I do get negative thoughts in my mind, I initially go straight in with something positive. But the more that I do that, the harder it gets. And the more frequent I think negative, or I'll, immediately down myself. Like when I'm around a lot of people, my mind goes into somewhere else, and I start thinking like, I don't fit in. I don't look like them. I don't have what they have. I'm an outcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do to fit in? Like, 1,000 miles per hour, my mind is jumping everywhere. And I don't think people really get the mental anxiety that I face. I don't think to make a wish, it would be to heal my mental. Not feel like I have to have something to give in order to be loved or accepted, and also to just feel like I'm enough with everything that I do, and be very appreciative from where I came and where I am now, and it's like I still go through things, I still struggle, mentally, and I still battle things, but not too many see it, because I'm so quick to give advice and love on other people, that sometimes that makes me look stronger than what I am. One factor that I really taught myself, I don't try to pay attention to what other people do, because that also triggers depression in me. Like if I see other people doing so well, or whatever, and I feel like I'm not, that'll trigger my depression, and it'll start making me feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not enough. And then I start thinking to myself like, oh, I wish I looked better, or I wish I had more, or I wish I, did this and had this. Maybe people would love me, the way that I love them. Maybe people would see me differently than what they really see me now. And, I have the biggest fear of people leaving. That's another thing. Like, I feel like everybody has left me in the past growing up as well, and I'll get into more of that, but my biggest fear is being left or not being enough. In high school, I was like the wild card, the wild child out of me and my siblings, and I would skip school, I would run away, I would be insubordinate, I would talk back, like I would just be so bad, and I think I was too much for my mom to handle, and so she ended up giving up on me as far as schooling. So she packed my stuff and sent me away. And also during that time, she actually found out I was gay. So she literally packed my stuff up and sent me to get my GED. Nothing wrong with a GED. I don't judge at all because it's all the same. You all get a certificate at the end. But it was just, that stemmed from people giving up on me. That's why I think the way I do now. Like, I'm so scared of being left. I'm so scared of people finding out what I battle mentally and leave, And it's just easier for me just to think it's good right now, but they're going to leave. See, when I think like that, it prepares me for the worst. So I don't think nobody's ever going to actually just stay. Kid you not, like I acted out and I did all of that out of wanting attention, wanting to be seen, because I felt looked over a lot. And, I felt like that was the only thing that'll make people pay attention to me is if I act abnormal. You know what I'm saying? And that was my cry for help. But I don't think people saw it like that. They looked at it as that was just bad, So still to this day, I'm 26 years old, and my biggest fear is people leaving. Like, that's my biggest fear, and I expect everybody to leave. Siblings and all. Like, I expect to be left alone at all times, at any given time, and put it like that. Like, that's just what I expect from people because, I craved and I really wanted to be protected as a child. And I felt like a lot of situations I was not protected, and no one really rode for me. No one really had my back the way I felt they should have. And that has caused me to feel alone every single day that I wake up. No matter if I'm surrounded by 50 people, I always feel alone. The situation happened with my uncle, I really felt belittled as a person, and I really felt like I didn't matter. Like, I felt like nobody really stood up for me. Nobody came to my defense. And that has caused me to feel like all I really got is me. No matter who say they gonna ride for me. My own mother didn't ride for me. People did not protect me. It was me against the world then. So it's like, it has caused me to think that way, even in my adult life. And I don't think people really understand what I battle, what I go through. Like, it's a struggle just to be happy. It's a struggle for me to just receive love, even though I want it so bad. Sometimes it's so hard to receive it because I don't know if it's real. And I know that people can just walk away whenever they want to, whenever they feel like it, because genuinely, I feel like I'm nothing to lose. It's nothing to lose me. Conversations and apologies that need to take place. But, I've given up on that a long time ago because I haven't received it yet. And it's kind of like the more that I would hope people would just think like me, or, would just come to me and just tell me, like, I love you. I'm sorry for what I did to you. I'm sorry, that I didn't have your back. I'm sorry that I did not protect you as a child. I'm sorry that, I see that you are damaged still by the things that you have gone through. I'm sorry. And I feel like that could be the start of my healing process. But it's so hard to heal, from a traumatic situation when you have people who traumatize you that can't even say that one word, sorry. It's like, okay, so I just have to forgive without an apology. And anyone who has ever done that knows that's like the hardest thing you could ever do, because it's like, why can't you confront what you did? I'm not gonna even lie and say that almost every day I think about not being on earth, and I'll think about how people's lives will be impacted. Like, would they enjoy their life now that I'm not here? Am I down? Am I pulling anyone down? Am I making it hard for anybody? Like, if my absence was to happen today, how would people react? Would they even miss me? And that's my biggest fear, is not being missed. And that's why I try to give as much love and be there for people while I'm here, because I want to be remembered when I die. I want people to be able to say, Stephanie was a good person. Stephanie would give whatever she has. Stephanie would give her last and not tell you. Stephanie would go without to make sure you have what you need. Stephanie genuinely loved people. She was real. She was there whenever I called. Like, I just want to know, would people even highlight those things about me? I just don't want to fake it. I don't want to appear to be happy all the time, y'all. Like, I don't want to make y'all think that I'm just living this glorious life and I'm not going through anything. I genuinely want y'all to know that although this is my profession, this is something that I love to do, I'm human. At the end of the day, at the end of every night, I'm human. I go through things mentally. I battle through things. I may not speak on, I may not talk about it, but I'm not as happy as I look all the time. And I've learned to create that skin to where it seems as if I am happy all the time, because, you know, I feel like nobody really cares, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I walk around sad all the time when I can be feeling that time with being happy? But when I close my eyes at night, I know that there's a lot on me that I don't discuss. And only God knows exactly what I think about every day. Someone who can give you access to things and look at things from a different perspective, who's open-minded. My inbox is always open. I may not respond like this, I apologize, but I encourage you to talk to somebody. The worst thing you can do is hold it in. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to elaborate on how you're feeling at that moment, but just make sure the person that you're talking to is a safe person to talk to. You know, the worst thing you want to do is hear negativity or be judged in that vulnerable moment. I'm learning this daily, so when I'm talking to y'all, I'm really talking to myself as I'm looking back at this camera. I love y'all so much. Believe it or not, I love each and every one of you from my soul, from my heart. I do. I'm praying for you know, mental stability on us all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. FTM.
Facing the music.